Hello, family. Welcome to Live Your Legacy. So, I wanted to do a quick video this morning because yesterday I was I was driving and before I started driving, I was looking for something to listen to on YouTube, and I came across a sermon that I had missed on Sunday. Side note, I love to listen to 1LA. Pastor Teray and Pastor Sarah are they're golden. Like I love listening to them. So if you ever wanna listen to some good church, listen to them, because they y'all know I don't do religion at all. I don't do religion, but I do understand that there's truth everywhere. So I don't not I don't, how do I say, I don't dismiss it at all. I'm just I use my discernment on what I feel like is actual divine and what is man-made. And they are the same way. So they do church, so-called the modern church way, where it's about relationship over religion, and that's what I'm about. So anyways, so it was a pastor that I don't particularly listen to. I'm very picky about who I listen to, because if I'm not vibing with it, why would I listen to it? But Divine was he was guiding me to listen to this sermon. So I listened to it, and I'm listening, and I don't see the point. I'm like, where's the message here? What are you trying to tell me? So whatever, I still, I listened all the way through, and it wasn't until the end that I found the gems. So I'm glad I was obedient in that sense and listened all the way through. But he was talking about abundance, and he was talking about how a lot of people feel like they don't feel like they see any abundance in their life. And he was like, well, that's probably because you don't know the actual meaning of abundance. And he got to talking about scripture and breaking it down, the meaning of it. And he was talking about there being an unlimited source of something that divine gives, and like there's no number. And he started talking about divine presence, and I was like, oh, okay, so abundance is having an limitless amount of divinity in everything that you do, seeing divine's work, like knowing that divine's hand was on it. And I was like, that's very interesting, because this has been something for the past few weeks he's been trying to show me, is our change really is my belief of what abundance actually is. And this one, it got me. It made a lot of sense, and I started to think about all the areas that I see divine in my own life. And I was like, wow, like he's legitimately everywhere, like everywhere I turn, everywhere, like divine is there. And that was a game changer for me. But then he said something else too, and he started talking about expectations. And he gave an analogy about looking for like your keys or something, your wallet, you lost your wallet or your keys, and you're looking for it. And he's talking about overlooking areas that you don't feel like you'll find that item there. So you like half-ass glance, and it's not there because you're not expecting to find it there. And then he started talking about how we overlook places, or things in our own lives where we just don't expect divine to be at. And so we overlook the fact that he is actually there and he's showing himself there, but you are, your mind is set on something different. You're not expecting to see him there. And I want to give a example of what I'm talking about. Finances. If you're so used to things being a certain way, you're not going to look for divine's presence there, because you're like, you believe that he's gonna do what he says he's gonna do, but you're like, I'm not sure. So you're half-assing it. And I believe I talked about this in one of my previous videos, like not the last one, but maybe the one before that. And I was talking about how you have to wholeheartedly have faith that divine is going to show up. Now, this is where it gets tricky, and this is where he really hit home for me. He started talking about how divine shows up and how we expect divine to show up in a particular way. And that's where you go wrong. That's where I've been going wrong, is thinking I know what divine is going to do, and I have no idea. Divine can do whatever the hell divine wants to do. But me thinking that it's going to play out like this, I'm completely rejecting any other way for divine to show up, because I'm expecting it to show up in this way. You get what I'm saying? And that's, remember, we talk about, like, the how is never our job. That's solely on divine, how divine wants to move. We just have to be open and willing for whatever it is, whatever we got to do, however we got to move, right? So I just wanted to remind you guys all of that today, and hopefully, that's helped somebody who is struggling with something that I just mentioned. So I love y'all. Peace. Hello, fam.